preservation of capital is more important than making money. And you want to lock in your trades, and you also want to protect your downside at the same time.
Good afternoon, everyone. Welcome to another edition of AmericanDreamTrading.com's live futures training and education program. This is a outreach of AmericanDreamTrading.com, and we come to you live each and every day from 2 p.m. to 4 p.m. Eastern Time. Glad you could be with us today. My name is Mark McSee. I am a moderator with AmericanDreamTrading.com, and I am your host here each and every day, Monday through Friday, 2 to 4 p.m. Glad you could be here. American Dream Trading was created, founded by, and is owned by Chad Christian. We call him Coach, and the reason we call him Coach is because he educates us and coaches us through navigating everything that's related to investing in the stock markets, whether it's stock options, futures, crypto, day trading, swing trading, long-term trading, um, investment income trading, all kinds of different things. If it can be traded, if it's an investment vehicle, Coach educates us on how to work with each one of those investment vehicles. And we do try to provide a little taste of what we do here at American Dream Trading live with you each and every day. So we will, if you'd like, you can ask questions in your chat boxes on your social media networks there. We're on TikTok, YouTube, Facebook, LinkedIn, Twitch, you name it. X, we're live on all of them. So check it out. Make sure you subscribe if this is your first time being with us today. Make sure you click the like button. Give a thumbs up over there on YouTube, right? So make sure you are subscribed that way, and the notification button is also turned on so that you do not miss any of our broadcasts. If by chance you'd happen to miss one at the conclusion of this and all of our live broadcasts, you can review them. If you go over to our YouTube channel, they're immediately available over there. It makes a nice, easy way to find them. So you can even watch past episodes. And by the way, speaking of our YouTube channel, which is American Dream Trading, we have over 2,000 actual free training videos that you could go over there and watch at your leisure. So go over there to YouTube, American Dream Trading channel, and click subscribe. And also notify there. You'll get notified every time a new video is posted, which is multiple times per day, multiple times per week. So we're glad you could be here with us. So if you do have any questions, go ahead and throw that in there. Till Destiny do us part. Yes, this is the Futures Training and Education program. Every day at 2. Coach is live from 9 to 11. He concentrates more on stock options. I mean, he covers it all. If you've ever watched him at all, he'll trade futures also. And that's from 9 to 11 Monday through Friday. And I'm live with the futures specific training and education program from 2 to 4. And then at 5 p.m. Eastern Time, you can go over to our YouTube channel, American Dream Trading, and hang out with Don as our host over there in what we call the aftermarket show. It's kind of a place to go over there and unwind, and you can ask questions and not worry about trading. You can talk about your trade, or if you don't know why something went against you, you can ask questions about it. You can even jump on the panel live and open your mic, and you can talk live with them there too. You don't have that benefit with this portion of the program. All you can do is type in your questions. So if you have questions, go ahead and put them in there, and we'll do our best to answer them as time allows. So thank you for being here. Couple of little housekeeping things. You will soon see in your live chats on all the media networks a link to donate money. Coach's son, who's in the military, and people in the military do not make much money, but they got married today. And congratulations to both of them. And now Coach has a new daughter-in-law, and they just got married today, and today's Valentine's Day, so appropriate day for something like that. And we're trying to bless his son and his new wife financial with a financial blessing. Coach blesses us every day with free education here, and then if you've benefited from that, please show your appreciation. There'll be a link here shortly in your live chats there where you can click. It's a GoFundMe page, so you can trust it, right? It's a GoFundMe link. You can either click on the link or copy and paste it in your browser and make a donation. I didn't mean to put you on the spot there, Doug. If you could do that, it'd be greatly appreciated. Now, Doug's rushing to get that link for you.
Yep, I'm on it.
One of our other moderators. Sorry about that, Doug. So we thank you for doing that in advance. Also, we have a Valentine's Day only special. This will end at midnight tonight. There is a 20% off any new membership that you sign up for. You can take 20% off. At the checkout page, you'll need to input this discount code into that discount code box, LOVE for love. Today's the day for lovers, right? So you put at the final checkout page after you're done putting all your information in there, credit card information or whatever however you're paying it, you will receive 20% off of your first payment. So if you pay annually, you get 20% off of your annual payment. If you pay via 6 months, you'll get 20% off your first 6-month payment. Your second one will be at normal price. You can do it quarterly. Same thing applies. 20% off your first quarterly payment, and monthly you would get 20% off of your first monthly payment. So we offer various ways to join our membership program. For more details on that, you can go over to AmericanDreamTrading.com and take a peek at all our membership levels and the benefits that come along with that. Obviously, we have multiple different membership levels. Membership has its privileges. The higher up you go, the more privileges that are open up to you. I would highly recommend, if you don't want to just do straight futures, that you can go into VIP or VIP Gold. That would give you the maximum amount. VIP Gold would give you the maximum amount of information and training available. We do train for VIP Gold members 12 hours a day live on a Zoom call. We start at 4 a.m. Eastern Time, training and trading till 4 p.m. Eastern Time each and every day. VIP Gold members also get Saturday training also. And all those trainings are recorded. So if you happen to miss one or you have to go to work or go running around to do, you can always go back and watch the video replay of any of those sessions, which is exclusive to the VIP and or VIP Gold members. The futures membership and the crypto memberships that we offer are their own separate memberships, standalone. So, of course, I am in here with the futures each and every day. I love trading futures. Matter of fact, I love it so much I don't even trade stock options anymore. I am loving the futures market immensely. So, anyway, head over to AmericanDreamTrading.com and check out the memberships. Now, while you're there, you can take that 20% off any new membership Valentine's Day special that will expire at midnight Eastern Time tonight. Now, we also have another offer which expires Sunday night at midnight. In other words, Monday morning at 12:01, it expires. It is exclusively for military, veterans, first responders, firefighters, nurses, etc. You can take 25% off any new membership. So same rules apply. If you pay annually, you get 25% off that way. 6 months, your first payment. Quarterly, your first payment. Monthly, your first payment. That you will need to use a special promo code if you are in the military or if you're a veteran or a first responder, nurse, firefighter, etc., paramedic, right? HERO 25, HERO 25. And again, you would put that code in the checkout box, discount code. Now you have to make sure you click apply. Once you can even watch the page. When you click the word apply, it will automatically deduct the total discount off of your order. So check that out. So if you just want the Valentine's Day promotion, 20% off, the discount code is LOVE, LOVE. If you qualify as a military or a veteran or first responder, then you can use Hero 25 through Sunday night. Valentine's special of 20 ends midnight Eastern time tonight. So check it out. Make sure you put that in when you go to the checkout. Make sure you click apply or it won't take it off. So once you pay for it, you pay for it. So make sure you do that ahead of time. Tilt Destiny. Doug's already answered it. Yeah, affiliate links are for bringing somebody else in. You get you get a payout on anybody that you would bring in using that affiliate link. It doesn't deduct from your initial payment. So, you know, others you'd like to share this with, yes, we have. You can make money doing that also. We have an affiliate link over in our Discord. By the way, our Discord is free. It has always been free. It always will be free. If you go over to AmericanDreamTrading.com and on our landing page, scroll down a little bit, you'll see where it starts to show memberships. There's a link there to join our free Discord. By doing so, you get instant access to our stock lounges where you can interact with other members. You can ask questions, you know, trading questions, membership questions, anything you want in there, right? And he also opens up, there's discounts available that you can take advantage of, like on cars and Tesla, actually even on TradingView. There's all kinds of discounts in there. You can go over there and wait. That's all free to you, by the way. There's no membership fee required for that. So you can take advantage of all that. It also opens up the door to you for some training videos and documents that you can watch at your leisure, in addition to the 2,000 that we have for free over on our YouTube channel. Now, if you want to step up to the premium, that offers more training and more videos. You go up to the VIP, that opens up even more, and the VIP Gold also opens up more doors also. Now, if you want everything that we've ever offered and everything that we will ever offer in the future with no additional costs, I don't know, but did that gold one expire? I don't know if that's still in effect. If it's still listed on the website, I'll have to check it out. I'm thinking that may have expired, but I'm not 100% sure on that. It's called the Diamond membership. It's 4 payments of $5,000 each, and you never pay ever again for anything. So basically a one-time payment of $20K, but you can split it up into 4 payments, and that gets a lifetime everything. You will never be charged a penny for any additional services ever the rest of your life. Check it out. LOVE for the 20% off Valentine's Day special expires tonight. Hero 25, which is for veterans and first responders, which expires Sunday night. Doug, you got your hand up. One of our paid members and moderators who has access to an open mic.
Yeah, so the Diamond membership for 4 payments is still available. It just does not include a one-on-one with Coach any longer.
Okay, thank you for that update. Yeah, Coach was including one-on-ones for a limited amount of people, and those have already sold out. So thank you for that, Doug. All right, so everybody over there, let's get our TikTok likes up to, so let's shoot for 6,000 today. So start click away over there. And YouTube, the same thing. Let's start clicking that button over there and make sure you're sharing this video. I see quite a few people on the TikTok live sharing. YouTube, I don't know if you are. I don't believe it actually tells me when you share it there. But anyway, please share this live video. Get the information out there. All right. So today is Options Friday day, which means that people are getting out of their positions. They're closing out their options contracts for those that trade stock options, which is a huge market of money that people do that. So they close out of their positions every Friday. So there's a lot of sell-offs, a lot of volatility, especially the last hour of the day, which is what we call power hour, remember? So there'll be increased volatility even on Fridays usually as people exit their positions. Now, the stock market is also closed on Monday for President's Day. So now you have that increased thing. Do people want to hold for 3 days, right? They don't want to hold over the weekend plus Monday being off. A lot of things can happen in the world. A lot of things can happen in the markets, news type of issues that come out. right? A world leader can get on the television, say something this weekend that can cause chaos, right? So a lot of people, most people, tend to get out of their positions for the weekend and then re-enter them at the next time the market's open. So the markets will be closed on Monday, so there will be no live futures training and education program next Monday. We will return on Tuesday. So it is President's Day, federal holiday. However, the advantage we have as futures traders is we will be able to trade as usual on Sunday night at 6 p.m. Eastern Time, 5 p.m. Central. The futures markets open. We can trade all the way, I believe it is up to 1 o'clock on Monday. Don't hold me to that. It might be a little longer. But basically, we have the full time that we can trade, unlike those that are trading stocks and stock options. Our markets are open, so we can always trade. So we'll be making money while the rest of people who do not belong and trade in the futures won't be, right? So I will be trading Sunday night for sure, making money, right? There's an advantage of being a futures trader. You can trade all the time. Futures markets are open, of course, 23 hours a day. They open up at 6 p.m. Eastern Time at night, and then they close for an hour between 5 and 6 Eastern Time, and then reopen at 6. Rinse and repeat, starting on Sunday night, clear through Friday afternoon. And then it's closed all day Saturday and all day Sunday and opens back up Sunday night. So you get a head start on trading in the evenings. And that's where actually I do 80% of my trading is in the evenings. I make most of my money in the evenings. I don't have to trade during the day if I don't want to, but I do. I mean, I get up in the morning, early morning, and trade before the market opens. And I'll occasionally trade during the day. I did not trade today. I was filling in for Coach. For those of you who were with us this morning, I was filling in for Coach, so I didn't conduct any live trades on my own account. So good thing I traded. Well, I actually did I trade? No, I didn't trade last night, but I traded this morning, so a little bit earlier. So that was a light trading day for me. It's okay. I did well this past week. Wasn't forced to have to trade to make money, pay my bills. So that's the advantage of the futures market. You can trade for 10 minutes. You can trade for 10 hours. You can trade for 23 hours if you got enough Red Bull, right? Enough caffeine next to you. So, but anyway, I choose to trade, and a lot of our members do the very same thing. We love trading in the evenings. The markets are slower, not as high volume, but there's enough volume to move the prices up and down so that we can profit from that. So, do we have a list of futures that I like best? Well, if you've wrote down what I've said over the past there until destiny do us part over on the YouTube live chat, that's a good question. I do share that pretty much every day. My favorites right now is gold, silver, copper, and oil, and currencies, mainly the euro. So I like trading the metal market, the energy market, which is oil, and currencies, which is like the euro. The euro is my favorite. That's my go-to. However, I'm not in love with any of them enough that I won't look at anything else. I will trade whatever is moving. If none of those, once in a blue moon, metals markets don't move all that much. They're usually pretty active though. And I'll go trade currencies. If the euro's moving for whatever reason, I'll go trade I don't care. I'll go trade the euro. I can even trade the indices. They move also. So I'm not particular to who gives my money to me, right? If the indices like the S&P 500 are the ones moving and I trade it and it gives me money, I don't care where it came from. Green is green. If you can learn how to chart, right, and understand your indicators and understand how these things move, if you have the necessary education behind you, and with experience, you can trade anything. A chart is a chart is a chart, as Aaron famously says, right? But once you learn how to do this and get educated and experienced, you can trade anything. You just trade the chart, right? Do your homework ahead of time and you'll be good to go. So it doesn't matter whether I'm trading the NASDAQ 100 or if I'm trading gasoline. If I have my things charted out, I can trade it. It helps me make decisions where to enter and exit trades. I can go over here and jump into copper. I can go over here and trade gold. I can go over here and trade the euro. Doesn't matter. They're all one click away. And I will jump around because there are times where the volume's really low, and is my time worth sitting there for half an hour waiting for something to happen? Absolutely not. My time is valuable, and I am going to try to make most money in the least amount of time, right? So I will search all the different sectors because one sector may not be running, but another will. So I don't fall in love with any particular one. If I can see an opportunity to make money, I will take advantage of it. Good question. Yes, and the other thing is there's thousands of things you can literally trade in the futures market. I mean, you're limited by what your broker allows you to do, but um, just you want to get like maybe one or two at the most out of every sector. Like in the metal sector, my main go-tos is gold and silver. Yeah, I do copper recently. I like trading it. I mean, I'm more experienced now, so I have like two or three in each one. But I like gold and silver as my main two go ones in the metal market. In the energy market, it's just oil. In the currency markets, euro is my go-to, but I have traded the Canadian dollar and the British pound. I've done the Australian once or twice, but it wasn't that exciting at the time. But they all, at any time, any one of those could move, right? So, but the important thing is you don't want to have to try to trade 1,000 different things. You want to focus on between 1 to 5 and really chart them out good, and trade them and paper trade them, whatever, over a period of time. Then you become more confident on the levels that you have on your chart. You learn the nature of the beast. How does it move? What times of the day does it move better than others, if there is a time, right? How does it react to news? How does the currencies react to the metals market if there is a correlation, right? Sometimes there's correlation, sometimes there isn't, right? So I have a minimum of 2 per sector that I like to trade, and I have charted out and that I trade on a regular basis. There's hundreds of other ones that I could trade that I just don't for whatever reason. But again, I'm not in love with any of these in particular. It's whoever's going to give me money at that moment. So if gold and silver aren't doing nothing, I'm going to currencies. Look at it over there, or oil, or whatever, right? Trade gasoline, trade copper, whatever. So that's how you do that. You need to master few rather than trying to be a jack of all trades, trade everything. You'll find that the least that you focus your attention on, the better your profits potential is going to be, and your understanding of how that futures contract moves. So I highly suggest you focus on a maximum of 1 to 2 in each one of the sectors. And I mean, I don't trade grains. I can. I mean, I've traded wheat. I can do that right at any time. Any corn, wheat, hogs, all that stuff. Now, I don't actively trade those, but I have traded them. Just to say that I did, kind of more than anything, right? So, anyhow, there we go. Hope that answered your question. You made an observation there, Destiny. You've noticed that specifically on SPY futures, which is the ES, Coach is watching the SPY chart and not the futures chart. Do you do all the same? Well, what you don't see is Coach has multiple monitors, right? He has them stacked on top of each other, and then he's got other ones off to the side. Just like I have 5 monitors, but you only see what's on my one monitor. So yeah, Coach does have TradingView opened up on one of the other monitors, so he can, with just a slight movement of his eyes, he can see what's going on. So even though he may be sharing his SPY screen, he may be actively trading the ESs, which is the S&P 500 futures, or vice versa. It just depends whatever screen he's sharing at that time. He usually leaves Webull up because that's what he trains on, and that's what you see. So that's why he warns you not to try to mimic his trades, and it's the same thing with me. Don't try to mimic anything I do here, right? Because you don't know what I'm really looking at. I have multiple windows here, and I got information I can grab off of any one of these. Actually, 4 of them. The 5th one I have reserved for other, like managing this broadcast. I have all that stuff on one screen, so it's all one spot. So yeah, just because you see a certain screen doesn't mean that's the one he's executing the trades on. But he usually describes what you see in real time, though, right? So good question. All right, let's keep smashing them like buttons. We're up to 4,000. Our goal is 12,000 today. The links are posted in there for that GoFundMe. If you would be so kind to click on that or copy and paste that into your browser, right? And make a donation, whatever fits your budget, and to show your appreciation not only to Coach himself for everything that he does for us, giving you these live feeds each and every day and giving you free education, but it's also going to bless. I mean, the money's all going to his son and new daughter-in-law, obviously, but that'll really boost Coach's morale if we could show a little love for what he does for us. Thank you very much. And don't worry about how much you contribute. It could be $1 to $1 million. It doesn't matter. It's the thought that counts, right? So thank you. Wade's leading the pack over there on clickety clicks. He's on TikTok. He's blowing you guys away. Number 2's down to 8. Number 3's at 3. Are you going to let Wade EM blow you out of the water with all those? Thank you for all those gifts, Wade. Appreciate it. All the roses and the, what is that, an alligator, a dino, little dino? I don't know all these little things on TikTok, and I'm a boomer. I see them, though. Thank you very much for that. Appreciated it. So make sure you're liking and sharing. Well, let's take a little quick walk around the block. Again, today's going to be maybe a little bit more volatile than normal. It's a Friday, and it's a 3-day weekend, so people may not want to. Gold, I wish I'd have got in on this play. Look at all that money. Whew. I think going down all day. Well, not all day. Well, yeah. Look at that. Holy cow, when did all that happen? Where was I at when this happened, Doug? What time was that? 10 o'clock this morning.
I try not to tell you these things anymore, Mark. You tend to
Oh, yeah, I was
suffer
live
from
at that time, right? Yeah, I would have freaked out. I would have just, if I'd have got in this trade, you'd have just been staring at my screen. Holy cow. Yeah, I'm glad. Yeah, now I'm mad you didn't tell me. No, I wouldn't. I don't trade my real account. I don't have FOMO. Yeah, that's a boatload of money.
Oh,
Oh,
man.
Lordy, look at that. Oh, that's a 368 tick drop. To say 370 times $10 a tick. That's $3,720 on one contract right there on a GC gold contract. All I had to do was buy it up there and watch. Holy.
The most recent long red candle is the one I jumped in on and scalped to the bottom.
And that was in a half hour. Could have made $3,720 one contract. And quite honest with you, I normally buy 2. So that would have been almost what, $7,000? Well, it would have been 7,000, but over 7,400, right?
It's still bleeding out. It's not done.
Well, you know as well as I do. I tell everybody every day I don't trade my real account when I'm in training mode. I'm not going to risk my account, right? Because if I get distracted and look away, I could be in a trade here and get in and go over here. Somebody says, "Well, hey, what's going on with oil?" And I come over here and we talk about oil for an hour, and I come back and click on gold. Forgot I had a trade in there, and it pulled back and lost all kinds of money. That's why I don't do that, right? I'm protecting my account. So there's always something to trade. There's always something that you could make money on. There's always trades, big trades like that you're going to miss out on. It's just one trade, one day, one moment in time. There's always a runner somewhere. So I don't get it. I used to get upset at this and stuff like that. I don't now. I mean, I wasn't into trade, so I didn't lose any money, right? Didn't make any. I wasn't in trade. It's a non-issue. Wouldn't be any different if I turned my computers off all day and decided I wasn't going to trade. So, all right. So I am doing my first swing trade. I am up $312. I purchased earlier this morning. Actually, I got in late. I was live at the time that my headphones were dinging because I put an alert to get in this trade if this certain situation happened, and it did. But I still got in late. I'm just gonna let it run and just see what happens. It's paper money. It's not real. But I'm not a swing trader. I don't just put something in there and let it run. I'm not that type of trader. I am a day trader. I'm here to grab the momentum. As you can see, oil's also falling out. Can I get into this trade and take a quick scalp? I sure could, right? I can jump in here and take a scalp. I'm going to see this candle here. If it turns red, because it would be a break and a hold, I can jump in on this, right? And I can trade on this. But right now it's turning green, so I'm not convinced yet. I'm expecting it to come down here and bounce up is what I was hoping. I can make a few bucks between here and there. or even down to this next level, which would be a bottom bounce there. But as you can see, there was a double bottom here, here, and here. So this is at a critical level. Now, if this turns red and pulls down, I'll jump in that for a quick scalp. But this is a double, triple, whatever, a bunch of bottom bounce right here, right? It's a key level. See how many times it rejected? It pulled through and then went back up. So I'm not going to get faked out. I want to see a red candle coming down the other way. And as you can see, if I had jumped in that, and if I wouldn't have listened to my own criteria, I would be losing money right now. So I try to avoid doing those type of things. You have to have your trading criteria and stick to it. Easier said than done, right? So if I'd have jumped in right here, yeah, look at it pull back. But I just now looked at it, so it's a little late. Can this come right back through and go back down? I'll wait here a minute and see if it does. If it doesn't, if it goes up, then I'm not even going to look at it. I'll move on to something else. And I can see they're fighting over the price there already. There's a doji. Oh, now it's turning red. Even if this breaks, I still want my break and hold with a confirmation candle before I jump in, and maybe it might get down to here, maybe, right? And it may just decide I'm not going that way, period, right? So that's a large candle there. It should pull back. Generally, it will. There it goes. There's the pullback. There's another attempted downward move. If that pulls back again, I might try to lower my costs there. And let me enter here. Let me see if this will pop. If not, I will get out of this trade, right? And it did because I didn't have break and hold. It went against it. You can see the buyers are trying to push this candle up. Now I'm down $100 because I tried to game the system and jump in there early. That's why you want that confirmation candle to show that the trend may be that down. Now this could still come down this way, but and it is a downward trend, short downward trend right now. Will I get lucky? And this would be lucky because I didn't stick to my own criteria that I just got done verbalizing with you, right? I might be fortunate it's going to continue down. If it is, I'm going to plan on getting out down here. I'll have my finger on the button there to get out if it does make it that far. If this is going to gyrate here for a while, what am I in? I'm in gold. I got this here. I got some orders at 895. Oh, wait, this is oil. Not gone. I'm in the wrong one. Hang on here. Let me get I'm playing around here. Just go to energies here and be done with it. Energy.
I think Wade single-handedly smashed your 6,000 goal on TikTok. You're gonna have to come up with something else.
Did he? Atta boy, Wade. I knew I could count on you. All right, so here's oil. Do I have a huge, see, I should have had this up, but I didn't. There's no huge orders to pull this down. So it looks like it's going to try to work its way up and sell off up here at the 77 mark. So I'll guarantee you right now, if this would temporarily pull down here, if I can break even or cut down on my loss here, I'll exit this trade. I'll give it a second here. Currently, there's not high volume. 70.68 is about right where I got in. I got in at 67, it looks like. 62 at the bottom. Is that going? Obviously, it went away from me. I should have got out of this trade, which I will. I'll cut my losses, right? That's what you got to do sometimes. You have to rip the Band-Aid off, right? Thanks, Pete.
Gold is moving nicely.
Is it? Thank you. Down. It's at a critical level also.
Yeah.
You can see the candles are getting smaller, less volume, right? It's not heavily traded late in the afternoon, especially Fridays, right? All right, Pete. Keep tapping away. I want to see you beat Wade over there. We're up to 7,000. Can you become number one there, Pete? 4422 over there on TikTok. Oh, I'd love to see a battle. I don't know. Wade's pretty far ahead of you. I don't know that you can beat him. It's going to take a lot of work to beat Wade over there, right? And Wolf of London, I do agree with your statement there. Anyway, let's see. MM. Have I ever traded or know anything about interest rate futures, specifically bonds? I've never traded bonds, and I do not trade interest rate futures. Now, we have members that do. I have not ventured into that. I'm going to someday. I just don't think about it until somebody like you asks a question. I don't even have it charted out. And I do not know anything about bonds. I do not do that. It is a large, extremely large market. And I mean, I know what bonds are and I know how they work, but I've never traded in it specifically. So yes, thanks for your question, but the answer to that would be no. I do not trade interest rate futures at all, and I've never traded bonds. I can trade interest rate futures. I have the ability to do that. I just never have, right? And it pays pretty well because we have a couple members that do it. If you get that at the right time, you can make some good money off of it. But I know nothing about it. I would have to paper trade it for a while to get the feel for how it works. But once I get it charted out, I have no doubt that I could trade it. Right? A chart's a chart to chart. You get it out. But then again, you got to know how that market works and what drives it and all that kind of thing, right? So, look at the battle going on over there on TikTok. We're up to 8,000 already. Wade and Pete's trying to see who's going to come out on top. Wade is way ahead of you, Pete. I don't think you can beat him. I don't know. Yes, I believe the interest rate ones are probably a slow mover. Well, we could take a look at it here. I literally have never traded, but we can look at it here real quick. Interest rate futures, just for giggles. I don't know which one is better than the other, but we'll look at the 2-year Treasury bond, and we can pop that up with no problem. It would be 2. We'll learn all together at the same time. 2T.
You could look at the TN main. So I'm guessing that would be TN1 perhaps. It's the Ultra 10-year T-note.
Okay. TM as in Tom.
Yeah, so that's on, and I apologize, that's on Webull. I'm not sure what it is on TradingView. Let me look.
I don't even have it on my cheat sheet because I've never traded it. Well, I can just type in Treasury or whatever it should. U.S. Treasury bond. That's bond. Here's Ultra 10-year note. Is that what you said? TN?
Yeah.
Tom Nancy? There it is right there. Speaking of persons who have traded this, what is your experience, Ange, if you've traded this?
So I've been just doing some research alone, right? I haven't actually traded it because it's a hell of a lot of profit if you can get it at the right time. But I look at it on a 3-minute chart because it does move ridiculously slow. But like earlier today, for example, around 7:30, that would have been Central Time.
8:30.
Yeah, yep. So 8:30. So if you know what kind of trader I am, I'm learning to become one who sets up for good setups, and this would have been one of them.
Wow, look at that. Yeah, it broke.
Yeah.
But the same rules apply, right? It broke above the 9 in the indicators, right?
Yep.
See that? Boom. Wow. Yeah. And there would be no reason to even get out of that trade long term, right? Until it broke below, which was at around noon.
Yep.
Wow, that's a beautiful trade. Maybe I'll start looking at these. But yeah, that's beautiful. That's a beautiful chart. But see, a chart's a chart to chart. Once you understand how to of course, I have no levels on here, so I wouldn't trade this unless I go and get my levels on there, right? But I would trade this with my same trading principles, right? It broke above the 9 here. It was above all my indicators, above VWAP. It was above the 200 MA. It was above all my other indicators, my short and midterm indicators. And you ride that puppy as long as it stays above the 9. It's a really good trade. It did dip below it, but it was still hugging it. It was still hugging it, so there was no real reason to get out, right? Could have took profits if you had multiple contracts. But you can see it was a temporary dip, pulled right back up, and it was only here around lunchtime to where it actually broke. And you could actually do that and play it to the downside if you wanted to. Wow. That's on a 3-minute. Yeah, thank you for that, Ange, because I've never traded it. As you can see, I have no zero lines, right? Nothing on my chart.
I've dabbled a little bit, but again, I'm looking for the proper setups, right? I want to have a list of the ones that I watch that I sift through to find that perfect setup. And yeah, this one just so happened to be one of them today.
Yeah, her MM's comment is, I'm not able to scalp him. It seems like it may be a longer play. Do you agree or disagree with that?
Yeah, I would definitely have to have that on a 3-minute chart and you would have to know, you'd have to watch it, right? Like you'd have to, I don't know enough about it. Like I
Yeah.
want to dig in, and I think there's a lot more to it than just uh,
Yeah.
trading, like what we would like a gold and stuff like that. But for setup purposes, if you're looking through a list like I do, you catch that bar there, that long green bar, and you can already start to see the indicator spreading apart. You know that there's a good setup potentially here, and you would just need to have a really tight stop.
Yep. I mean, this would have been an easy ride up, right? This would have been beautiful to be in that, right? Even if you missed this one and jumped in,
Oh,
look at
yep.
that. I mean, you only had one, one red candle there. I mean, it really did. It just broke even, right? That might have made you a little nervous while it was flopping around, but still, I mean, how far away it is from the 9. That's beautiful. She also asks, MM says, Ange, do you do a limit or market orders? She's in Weeble and it's very slow fill, so I can't scalp candles. I'm sorry you're experiencing that, but how would you like to answer that, Ange? Market or limit
Sure.
orders?
Sure. So I do market generally about, I would say, 99% of the time. But I do all of my trading on a trading view, not Webull specific. I mean, it's connected to my trading view, but I work specifically off of trading view.
Yep, she has her brokerage account linked to it, and you can do that with a lot of different brokers. So thank you for that question. Very good questions. Yeah, yeah. I know there's a couple members that do trade these, and I just never looked at it. But I mean, man, look at that money could have made too, right? But again, this is just another opportunity, another place you can make money. There's 100 others just like it, right? So you just a lot of times you have to be in the right place at the right time. But if you were focused on trading treasury notes, then you would have already been in here, and you would have recognized a trend that's forming, right? Because you would know how this moves, right? You can see how flat it was during the night, right? It apparently doesn't do anything at night, right? So you wouldn't want to trade this at night because you're not going to get anything, right? So apparently it looks to me, an initial impression, that it only moves during the normal New York Stock Exchange hours. So you really wouldn't want to get in here, right? You want to see what's going to happen. So um, that's at 8:30. What happened at 8:30, Angela? Might have caused that to pop.
So
Say, well, what happened at 8:30 this morning that may have caused that huge pop right there in the prices?
forget what there was. What was it today? There was
Uh,
news, but I
there
don't
was
remember which
news,
one it
right?
was.
Right. That's a
Yeah,
reaction to the news. Retail sales, I believe, was one of them.
retail sales.
Yep. And there were some other ones in there also. So that reacted to the news. Remember how many times we've talked about on this program about news is important. You need to be aware of it. All our members knew ahead of time that at 8:30 this morning there was some critical news coming out. Now, the general stock market didn't really react all that negatively. It was kind of a nothing burger to them, but that news apparently was important to the Treasury's interest rate bearing type of investments, right? So you can see a correlation there. Oh, good. All right. Let me look over here on TikTok. Well, it looks like maybe did Pete give up trying to beat Wade or what? Because Wade is still leading the pack by a mile over there. Is it even achievable goal to beat Wade over there, clicking away? I don't know. Don't think he could do it, Pete. He says he's tapping away though. Anyway, for bragging rights, right? By the way, Ange Wade said thank you also, so he was listening in on to that discussion. Dark Kaufman says, can you link trade Robinhood to TradingView? No, you cannot. Most of the large brokers, standalone brokers like that, you cannot. I know you can't, just like you can't link a Fidelity account or, you know, any of them, any of the big boys like that, that you cannot link it. I can show you here real quick. If you open up TradingView, I have to close this, log out of this. There's a list right here of all the different brokers that you can link, plus paper trade. Webull, of course, one of them. Iron Beam. You can do your Forex with it. Momu, TradeStation, Interactive Brokers, Awanda, Trade-Evate, Tasty FX. So you can see if you're familiar with any of these plus 500. So you can go and look, and you can go to their website, and it'll show you probably the same thing of all these different brokers. Again, you don't see like Fidelity or any of the other big boy um, brokerage houses on there because they have their own gig going on, right? So basically, all your minor players in the game, even though these are large, widely used brokers, there's no way they can compare to the Fidelities or the Black Rocks of the world, right? So there's quite an extensive list there. I'm sure you can find one that suits your needs as far as using a broker. Webull, you can. Trade of 8, Trade Nation, Interactive Brokers, Wanda. Those are some great big ones. Moomoo, a lot of people use Moomoo, Forex, and AMP. So there's some big ones right here on the top row. I don't know if these are they're by ratings. That's how they're sorted. Well, not really. Yeah. Appears they're sorted by rating. So the highest rated ones should appear up here at the top. So if you don't already have TradingView, you can probably go to their website and gather that information. So good question. Yeah, Robinhood, you can't. It's its own. You link my paper trading account through my broker, which is Webull, right? There we go. I'm doing a long-term play. I'm currently up $312.15 on my. I am trying to test out. For me, it's a test. It's an established principal coach teaches a lot on, and I'm going to go review some of his videos on a swing trade. I am not a swing trader. I do not hold anything overnight, but I got in this one. I got in a hair late, but I got in this earlier today, and I just clicked the button once on one lousy contract, just one contract. I'm up $312 on copper. And again, it doesn't matter how many contracts you buy when you're paper. Your idea is here. I am testing out for my own knowledge of a long-term hold, a swing trade. Obviously, I'm going to let this sit here all weekend through Monday, and then I'll pick up monitoring this EWO. I'm on the downhill side of it. So I can guarantee you, though, that Sunday night when the market's open, the first thing I'm going to look at is this, right? Is it continuing down, or is it going to? I move my stop way up here out of the way just so I don't, in case there's a large gyration or something for right now. But probably for some time I'll move this down tighter. But I'm just going to let it run. It's not real money, but I want to see how this does. We have a lot of people that swing trade in our group, and a swing trade is just a longer time period trade. You're kind of like buying and holding it. Now you may only hold it for an hour or two, right? If the situation changes and warrants it, then you get out of the trade. It may be a couple hours, couple days, couple weeks, couple months, right? If it's running, you let it run. If the market conditions change with that contract, then you take your profits and get out. Ralph, let's go swing trading. Yes, Ralph, we're going to go swing trading. You're going to talk me into it. Ralph is a swing trader. He does a lot of currency trading and very knowledgeable in trading currencies. He's been doing it for quite a while and understands that market very well. And he tends to buy and hold currencies. Again, he's even said, it could be an hour or two, it could be days or weeks, whatever. Whenever you decide based on your criteria you want to get out of it, then you do. So, good question there, Kaufman. I hope that helped you. I see your thanks there. All righty. One of the things I want you guys to, focus on is if you have a paper trading account with your broker, if you have access to the futures, right, know what the symbols are, whether it's with your broker or TradingView, is to practice charting, right? Go out, you can start with a day chart, right, and chart your levels. Where's these peaks at? You want to find not only the high, and maybe mark that because a 52-week or all-time high matters, right? That would be a period, a place of resistance. But when you see multiple peaks, ups and downs, then you want to get a line on there as a level, right? You can see this is on a day, so you can use these wicks on a day. You can see here, here, and here. See how that touched? So I can put a line right there again, right? And you just keep rinsing and repeating, looking for major things. Ideally, you'd have more than 2 to 3 minimum. And you can do it on the up peaks, which are easier to see. And you can do where it pulled back. So I can pop a line on there. Let me see. Is that a good level? You can always put a line there and look across. Does that match up with anything either way? Is there other points where that hit, right? And again, you can expand this out a little bit, make it clearer to see, but I'm just trying to show you a big picture. So I can tweak this just a little bit. They're kind of peaked and pulled back right in there. Touches more candles there. It kind of does here. So this one broke up above. And those kind of, so I can leave that as a level. So you just do that all through your chart. Now, if something's $80, obviously you don't need to chart it down to $1. You want to get a charting, a little bit higher than what it is now, a little bit lower than what it is, depending on how far it moves. Then go down to a 4-hour chart. Do the same thing. Look for your peaks and valleys where it touches and moves multiple places. And then you can go down whatever you want, whatever increments. I personally do 4-hour and 2-minute, and then I'll do 1 minute for where I'm trading at. But generally I do 4-hour, and then I'll go down to a 2-minute and then put lines on it. So practice your charting skills this weekend, and then next week, whenever the markets are open and when you're available to watch them, you can see how close these candle movements move all next week on your lines that you just drew. That will build your confidence, because now understand it's not always going to, like right here, see this one down here? It didn't quite touch that one, but it came pretty close, right? And remember, trading in the stock market's like throwing hand grenades, close count sometimes. There's a little wick there that came down part way, but people sold off, or started buying in this case, before it actually hit there. So they took their profits on the downside and got out a little early before it came down to, well, actually, this one's off a little bit. That's where it should be. That's the low, right? So they got out right there when it hit and wrote it back up. So you'll be able to see lines that you drew today or this weekend, how well they hit your lines. And don't freak out if it doesn't exactly hit it, right? Because you're always going to have those that break through or those that pull down as they move up and down. You get a lot of volume, it'll blow right through. We won't even stop and look at it. But practice drawing lines on your charts and getting those levels, right? That's a start to learning how the market moves and what you're watching moves, okay? And that will build your confidence up, especially if you draw lines. Just pick one thing. Don't go, you don't have to go overboard. Just pick whatever you want. You want to pick gold or oil or whatever, pick one and chart it out. Doesn't matter what it is, right? This is an exercise. Really take your time and dig deep, right? You want to see multiple places here, right? That shows a good history of that. And when you draw a line, scroll forward, scroll backwards, and make sure, if you go back a day or two and you see these peaks and valleys over here that you're charting, well, after you draw them, go back to present day and see if your candles are lining up in them same things. I think you'll be pleasantly surprised to see that, right? Or you'll do them here and scroll back, and I'm like, my God, look, it hit that clear 4 days ago when it was at that level. It hit them lines. Amazing, right? So do that this weekend. Just pick one. That's all you got to do. Pick one, whatever it is you think you might like. Okay, and then all next week, starting on Tuesday or Sunday night, even, right? Oh, okay, I see your message there, Doug, in the Zoom chat. Okay. You'll be able to watch and see how well your lines work out, right? Again, don't freak out or feel bad if they don't quite see how these wicks they sold off and bought before it actually touched it. As long as you're pretty close, you'll find it, and you'll be pleasantly surprised how many times it actually hits the lines and bounces off of them. So go ahead and practice that. Make that a goal. Chart out one chart. Again, if oil's trade, or in this case gold, right? Just take a look and see where it's traded in the last day or two, and then chart out that much, right? There's no need to go down to $2,000 on gold, right? If it drops that far, something's really wrong, right? So pick a level above and above it. Just go look at the last 2 days, right? And draw a line at the top and draw a line wherever it's at the lowest in the last couple of days of trading. And then do all your charting in between those levels, right? Go down even lower than what the low was, and go a little higher than what the high was. And then all next week, take a watch your chart. And if you can't actively watch it next week, you can always look at it, when you do have time, right? It's historical data, your chart numbers and everything will be there. You can go, oh, I did pretty good, right? Or if you find out you're not even close and you don't know why, then you can come back, and ask at any time, hey, Mark, my charts aren't working for whatever reason, or, and we can take a look at it and see. Maybe tweak what you're doing some. All right. Come on, looks like Wade's going to walk away with this. I guess Pete gave up. Oh, we are up to 12,000 now. That's good. We hit our goal for the day. Congratulations. Oh, again, we do have a special going on right now for Valentine's Day only. I can bring this over and even show it to you right here. Right there it is. Happy Valentine's. Get 20% off any new membership, including futures. Go to AmericanDreamTrading.com, pick the membership that you would like to purchase, and you will receive 20% off your first payment. So if you pay annually, you'll get 20% off your entire year. If you pay by 6 months, you will get 20% off your first 6 months payment. Then your second 6 months will be at the regular rate. Quarterly, same things apply. Monthly, you would get 20% off your first month. So take advantage of that. Now, if you are a first responder, again, right, we have a promo code HERO25, HER25, HERO25. For people that are in the military or veterans, first responders, firefighters, nurses, etc. You can take 25% off if you meet that bill there, right? You do need to use HERO25 at the checkout, okay? Well, you'll see it once you click on the whatever. Let's say if you were going to buy a futures contract membership, you'd find futures on the website, and as you go through it, when you have to go through 1 or 2 pages. On the final page where you'll see the total cost, there'll be a promo code type empty box there. You would put in either love for the Valentine's Day or hero, HERO25 for the first responders to get the 25% off. And then once you click apply, it will automatically deduct off the total price. You'll see it happen right in front of your eyes, so you'll know that. Now, the Valentine's Day expires at midnight tonight, Eastern Time, and for our first responders, that ends Sunday night, midnight. In other words, 12:01 Monday morning, that offer expires. So, good. Oh, Crypto Don. Well, Wade, let me ask you a question there first. For those just starting, what do you suggest we start? Is there an app we should get? Well, Webull is the brokerage I use. You can use any broker you want. You're free to use them. There's many of them out there. There's Webull, there's Trade-O-Vate, there's all kinds of them, right? You pick whatever one you look. Just go to their websites and see what they offer and their benefits and their fee structures and things. I'm kind of liking Trade-O-Vate. We're looking at that. I like that a lot. I'm going to do a trial on that for a couple weeks, see how that works. It's looking very enticing, but Webull is my broker that I use. I like them. They're easy to use. I've never had any issues with them. I speak highly of them, right? If I want money out of my account, I click a couple buttons, and the next morning, that money is sitting in my checking account. So I have no issue. I have no problem with Webull, and it's customizable. The software is all. You can put widgets wherever you want. Like in Trade-O-Vate, what I see with them also. And again, everybody's got their plus and minuses. You're never going to be 100% happy with everything, but a lot of times you just don't know. So that's up for you to pick. However, that is not the first step in the process. You're getting the cart before the horse. Where do we start? You start by training. And the first step in training with American Dream Trading is to listen. You can listen free like you're currently doing, right? Take notes, ask questions in the chat. We try to do our best to, in our limited time available to answer your questions. However, you don't know what you don't know, right? So by listening and taking notes, listening, taking notes, listening and taking notes, being there in the morning, putting the time in, listening to what Coach talks, because I'm more futures trading and education related here, specific on this channel. Coach talks about everything, right, during his 2 hours that he's on there live. So he talks a whole gamut. People will ask a question and things. So he talks at a broader range than what I do during this training period. So keep taking notes. Listen to Coach. You got to put in the screen time for one thing. After you've listened and taken notes, you can actually get in there and ask questions for free, just like you are here, right? Coach reads the comments in the social medias. You may not get to see all of them, but he'll pick them out from here now and then, right? If he misses your question today, come back tomorrow, right? That type of thing. But you do not want to fund an account with a broker at first. That's not the way to do it. Come in and listen, right? Listen, take notes, listen, take notes. Rinse and repeat till some of it starts to make sense to you. Once some of the principles make sense to you, and then you can start asking questions for clarification. Okay, I heard this, but I don't really understand what you mean by it, really. And Coach and me, anybody, Don in the Aftermarket Show, be more than happy to explain it to you in greater detail. So you can do that all for free watching these live broadcasts. Now, again, you're just seeing the tip of the iceberg. I'm not going to beat around the bush. Our intention is to give you a taste of what we do and how we run things around here. And you can hear, especially with Coach, we have, and we have live members here. They can open their mic anytime and say, hi, I'm not in this room by myself. I have other paid members in this group that are here live in the Zoom call. But you can hear how our community interacts and how tight of a group we are and how much we really care that each other succeeds, right? We wish nothing but the best for each other in our group, and our community is just fantastic for that reason. And that's why I'm trying to encourage you guys to click that GoFundMe link and bless Coach and his family, because he gives us so much every single day for free, you know. And there's not a lot of ways that we can bless people, but a GoFundMe thing is a very good way, and you can do it anonymously. You don't have to put your real name in there. But if you find the stuff that he talks about valuable, if you've actually made money off of the things that he talks about, right? If you watched a long time and have benefited, that's an easy way to show your appreciation. Send him a couple bucks, send him 5, send him 10, whatever you like. All right, there's no limit on how much you can send. That's a great way that you can show them your appreciation. Now, after you've listened to these things for free, I mean, eventually you're going to want to step up your membership, right? And when you really want to get into it, then it's time to really get serious and put some skin in the game and get into one of the memberships, whether it's the Futures or the VIP Gold, right? If you get the VIP Gold, you get 12 hours a day. You can start training at 4 a.m. Eastern time, clear to 4 p.m., right? And anything in between. If you come and go, if you work, whatever, there's opportunities. And those VIP Gold sessions are recorded. You can go back in and watch them, plus all the other advanced trading videos that we have in there. So I can't emphasize enough the advantages of a membership. Do I make a dime if you buy a membership? Absolutely not. I do not make one single cent, right? That is property of AmericanDreamTrading.com. I do not make a dime or anything. I just believe in it so much because I've bought every membership that he ever had to offer. Every little minor programs that he was offering. Some things he doesn't even offer anymore. I bought them also. That's how much of a believer I am, and I do this full time, each and every day. This is my full-time vocation. This is how I make money. It's the only way I make money, right? Is by day trading, being a part of AmericanDreamTrading.com. So make sure you head over to our website there. There's a commercial for that. But how did I end up getting where I'm at? I put into screen time. I was up every morning. I was in there, when I got up to the VIP membership, VIP Gold memberships, I started going in at 4 a.m. every single morning and hanging out in there and learning from other moderators and other trainers and stuff. There were other millionaires, quite frankly, that's in there training other people. Coach comes in, so he starts his live training at 8 a.m. Eastern time every morning. That's even before we go live here. He's already live with his members. See, this is all the stuff that you don't see that the advantage of membership has. Coach is already training us at 8 a.m. before he even comes on. He's already talking for an hour before he even goes live with you and talks for another 2 hours, right, for free. So I just can't speak enough of the membership. It just accelerates everything, and you are only seeing a part of it. But you do what you can do, and I understand that everything doesn't fit everybody's budget, but we do have lower tier memberships that'll get you in there and get you the live Zooms The premium one, the lowest level one, you're able to join us at 8:45 instead of 4. So anyway, take a look at it. Let me. Where'd that come from? Oh, I must have hovered over the YouTube thing. Oh, down here. Let me play you Coach's rules. These are some of the things you need to learn along the way. If you cannot follow these 8 rules, you have zero business trading. I'll get back to your question over there in TikTok and in YouTube right after this. Let me play Coach's rules for you. Write these down. These are very important. There's only, I think, 8 of them, but they're the most 8 important rules you'll ever need to know when you become a day trader. Here we go.
Some of the rules. Okay, perfect question. You're asking the right questions. I like it already. I'm new here. What are the rules? That's what I'm talking about. So again, right, some of the most basic rules so I can help you guys. Think about this. Stop losses on each and every trade. What does that do? Keeps you from losing your accounts, right? Not hard. Paper trade only when you're a new trader. It makes sure you're not blowing up your accounts. You're not obviously ready for this. Am I right? Think about it. Every rule I have is not make money. It's keep your money. Don't trade in the first 3 minutes or the last 8 minutes of the day. It's the hardest time of the day. I've been doing this 33 years. It's very hard. I get chopped up all the time and I'm like, ooh, it looks good. Oh, it looks good. Oh, I'm going to do it again. Oh, stop. I'm doing it to protect you, right? If you're a new trader, don't trade in the first 30 minutes because it is the most volatile, right? Until we get the shift change when volume comes in again at 10 o'clock. Because why? The very beginning is like this. Yo, 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 yo. Typically, after the first 30 minutes, it will try to decide which way do I want to go today. I'm avoiding you getting wrecked, right? Last hour of the day is power hour, high volume, hedge fund managers making the things happen, trying to get markets to move the way that they want. I'm telling you to stay out of it. So if you're like, well, I keep getting burned up, why are you doing it? Right? Journal. It's for your own mental strength so that you can see what you are doing on a daily, consistent basis. That's all it is for. Did I trade it right or did I trade it wrong? What should I have done? What could I do better? That is what it's for, right? It's your homework every day. You guys can go back and review your trades and go over your journal and what should I have done right there and why did that not work out? It will help you, right? You're strengthening your brain and you're getting rid of your own stuff. Small position sizes. I say that because usually when you go in too large, your emotions take over. You're not trading robotically. You're not trading the trades. You'll end up blowing up your accounts, right? That's when we make a lot of mental mistakes. Is all the difference was we're going in too big. Let the runners run and stop out the losers. Again, notice the stop part is the most important. Stop out the losers so you don't continue to lose money. If you find yourself in these bleed out sessions, oh, well, I hope. Oh, it's going to come back. Oh, we'll see. Oh, it's coming down to support. Oh, it broke that support. Maybe this next, oh, stop. Draw a line in the sand. Use the stop. And then when you guys go green, right? Like, oh, I'm up 100. I'm taking that. That's my daily. That's what I told myself. That's what I told myself. If I can make 100, I'm going to take that. It could have turned into 2,000. Why are you taking 100? Let the runners run. I notice I never said take all the runners off the table. Never said that. I've never said that in my life. We use the shedding technique. We collect as it goes. We take off as it goes because that way we are guaranteeing locking in realized profits. Remember, nothing is realized until you actually click, right, the sell button. All these rules are in place, ladies and gentlemen. They're there to help you. If you can't do these very basic things we talk about, right, how are you going to advance? Stop saying, woe is me. Stop saying, I don't get it. Stop saying, I'm not a good trader. I guess I'm never going to get it. Yeah. because you can't follow my basic rules. They're there for a reason. Again, follow the freaking rules, right? And listen, I know when I get on you guys, I don't get to sell anything and I don't get to make any money. And it's just, I don't care. I need you guys to understand so that you guys can get ahead in life. This is what we're doing this for, right? So when I'm in this mode, right? And again, like, oh, I'm not listening to any of this. You need to listen to all this. This is where the secret sauce, this is the golden nuggets, not the coach, just call out that runner. That isn't going to do you any good, right? It doesn't matter. There's 8 million people in this room. We could call out stuff all day long. You could just hear us shouting stuff. That isn't going to help anybody. If you don't know what to do with it, what good does it matter if one is up or one is down? That means nothing to anybody if you don't know how to handle it. You might get lucky and catch a momentum and you're like, oh, I'm a great trader, and you just keep getting out a million times. It's because it's been going in the same direction all damn day, right? Can you duplicate it? Can you recreate the process every day consistently? This is all about consistency, okay?
There you go. Those are Coach's rules. They don't sound like they're hard rules to follow, do they? Sounds pretty easy, right? But yet we have people come in every day and break those rules and wreck their accounts, right? That's why Coach has those rules there. It's to help protect your capital, right? You can't trade tomorrow what you lose today, so you need to protect that. So follow those rules, learn them. I try to play that once a day. I don't do it every single day, but I try to. And you need to ingrain them principles, those rules as we call them, into your brain. Write them down, have them in front of your face, right? If you're trading, what is 1 to 3% of your account? Let's just say 2%. How much is 2% of your trading account right now? Before you even made a trade today, did you have that number in your head? How much you're not allowed, you cannot go over in any single day, 1 to 3%? Did you know what that number was before you traded this morning or today or right now? If you lost that much, did you stop because you knew what that amount was? Most people don't. They break that rule, and the next thing you know, hey, I got no money left. What happened to it? Right? It's crazy. People come in here and blow up their accounts, right? We're trying to help you not do that. We want the best for you, as always, right? So, here, let me find this thing here real quick. Let me slide this over here. Coach's rule, well, one of the things that he talked about, right? Slide this, share my screen here real quick again. My Zoom members won't see this. I'm going to share a little quick factoid. They've already heard me talk about this multiple times. Coach's rule: if you have 2 or more red days in a row, you got to stop trading and take time off for 30 days. Figure out what's going wrong. Ask questions. Do more training. Do more studying. Do more paper trading. Right. So if you follow that coach's one simple rule, and you have $1,000, let's say, and you lose 2% of it 2 days in a row, and let's just say you lose 2% every day you're traded. Let's just say you're the world's worst trader ever to grace the face of the earth, right? Okay. We do have red days. Don't get me wrong. It's going to happen, right? You can even have 2 red days in a row. But coach's rule is if you have 2 to 3 red days in a row, you need to take 30 days off and work on fixing that problem. Well, I consulted ChatGPT the other day. If you have $1,000 and you lose 2% one day, you lose 2% of your account the next day, then you have to take 30 days off. Rinse and repeat. If you continue to lose no matter what you do, each in the same pattern, it will take you almost 15 years for you to wreck your $1,000 account. So how do people blow a $1,000 account in 2 days, 3 days, or a week, or a month, 2 months? How is that mathematically possible if you're following coach's rules? It's impossible, right? That's the math. It shows you the complicated math. Whatever. the chat bot, AI. So you have to really work hard to break them rules, and you're doing it by just totally ignoring it because you think you know better. And so if you're wrecking your $1,000 in a couple days or a couple months, even a couple years, you're not following coach's rules. It's quite obvious. I mean, coach will call out members. Oh, I wrecked my account. He's like, well, usually coach can tell you right up front what rule you broke. He's been around. He's no dummy. But he'll ask people something. What rules did you break? Well, I didn't break any rules. Well, then how'd you lose $1,000? Mathematically impossible to lose $1,000. Following coach's rule that we just listened to, it would take you 15 years to lose $1,000. Following coach's rule. What is that rule for? This is to protect you from that very thing, right? To keep you from wrecking your account. That's a powerful statement right there. That's math right there, right? And that's ChatGTP that did all that math. I said, how long would it take me to lose $1,000 if I lose 2% 2 days in a row and have to stop for 30 days and then repeat? And that's what the answer is right there. And if you went for 3 years, let's say, or 3 days, let's say you stretched it out. I'm going to trade 3 red days before I take it off, right? All right, I'll have 3 red days in a row before I take 30 days off from trading. It would take you over 10 years to blow $1,000 account. So how do people blow $1,000 account that fast, right? Simple answer: they don't follow coach's rules. And those are what his rules are designed to do: protect you from yourself, right? You're always going to lose money, but when you lose too much money, then you need to call it a day and walk away, right? That's what the rules there. It's meant to preserve your account. And there's a mathematical examples of real life. If you follow coach's rules, it would literally take you over a decade minimum to lose your money. Okay. What happens is people don't use stops. Was that the first thing that came out of coach's mouth? Always use stops in your trade. That limits your downside. You can't possibly lose all that money if you're using stops on each and every trade. Yes, you'll get pullbacks. Yes, you'll make poor decisions on entry. Yes, you're going to lose money on trades, but that's what your stop's there for, to prevent the downside of your trade, right? So if I go over here into ES, S&P 500, let's just say I'm going to jump in here, right? This is kind of bouncing around, it's in a bad spot. But let's just say, this is going to the moon. It's going to climb like crazy, all right? See what I did here? I have a stop in here already, right? Here's my stop. So the most I could lose if I don't move this, which I'm about to, if this knife dropped all of a sudden down here, my loss is limited to $1,000. Obviously, I'm not going to go get that far. I'm going to put it up at a reasonable position to give my trade enough room to move without getting stopped out. But if it suddenly goes against me, the most I can lose is 225, right? So that's the whole benefit of using stops. It limits your downside. Now there's an art form in training and education on where to set your stops effectively, right? It's not as easy as that looks, right? It is. I mean, it's just a mouse click, right? One mouse click, boom, in a trade. One mouse click, I can get out of this trade. So if this pulls back, the max I can lose is 225. So you have complete control over how much money is at risk at any given time. I could maybe I don't want to lose 220 or let it move that much. Maybe I want to lose $112.50 right there where I let go, right? But watch, if this drops here, which is why I moved it up, so you can see it happen real time, make my stop even tighter. When the price drops and hits this level here, in this case that's 6,136 level, it will automatically execute my trade and stop it. So max I would lose is 75. Now this stop is way too tight for trading the S&P. There it goes. Boom. See how fast that happened? That candle dropped down that much, that quick, and stopped me out. So that limited the downside. So if that had kept going, I can't lose any more money on it. That's what your stops are for, folks. You must use them each and every time. So it's impossible to lose $1,000. Well, it is. It's possible. It could take you 15 years to lose it if you follow coach's rules, right? But by not following coach's rules, you can lose that in a day, easy, or a week, or a month, whatever, depending on how large your trades are. Follow the rules each and every trade. Always trade without a stop. Right? Is that math eye-opening there? To me, it is. When I asked it that, I mean, Coach had already said kind of what the answer was. He guesstimated how long it would take. So I just put Chat GTP. Hey, if we do this, what Coach says, how long would it? And it did spit out the answer, right? Don't blow up your accounts. You can't trade tomorrow what you lose today. Don't expect miracles tomorrow to make up for the things that you did today. You trade to trade, one trade at a time, with stop losses in place, and concentrating on making good entries, because entry is the key to profits, right? The old adage, buy low, sell high, right? Or if you're doing the short, you want to buy high and sell low. Right? Same principle, just the inverse. So good. So concentrate on those things. Hopefully you wrote those down, took notes, and you can start ingraining those things if you missed it. I don't know if those are actually on that cut is on YouTube or not. I can't tell you. I have to go look. You could search YouTube for Coach's Rules in the search bar. It may bring it up. If not, I'll take a look at it later. I can't tell you for sure. So live those rules, please. You wreck your account, you're done, right? Or you got to refund it, put more money in. And that's if you have to put more money in your account, then you better be evaluating what you're doing before you go put more money. Don't throw good money at bad, right? If you're not being a successful trader, don't throw more money in there thinking, well, if I can just do 5 more trades, or I'll never do that again, right? Until you can prove that you can do it to yourself, don't fund it. Paper trade, right? So, thank you for the comment there, Wasa. Well done, Coach. I'm not Coach. I am Mark McSee, but you heard Coach's principles there, right? I am a moderator here with American Dream Trading. Glad you could be here, Wasa. I believe I've seen you here before. Oh, okay. I promised to go back in the comments. Alex, if you're still here, are you still here, Alex? You're asking what indicators are being used over there on TikTok. What you see on my screen is the TradingView charting software, which is independent software, no association with American Dream Trading at all. And this is Coach's 2.0 indicator logarithm. This is part of our paid membership. Paid members get this. If you're a VIP Gold, futures, or crypto, they get this as part of their membership. Now, the premium members don't get this, the lowest level of it. Okay. So what this is an logarithm of, and it computes everything and then draws these nice little fancy lines on here. There's a 9 EMA, 2155, 200, VWAP. We have the Coach's, the Elliott Wave oscillator down here along with the volume indicator. And the logarithm, which only works with TradingView, by the way. It's a software, right? I mean, it's a script. It's a Pine script that you can integrate into TradingView. It only takes, we already have it programmed out and it's set up. Really only takes a couple clicks to install it, but it integrates with the TradingView software, allows us to do these things. So these are short-term trend lines here, a little longer. Of course, 200 is even longer. It takes like a 200 MA. It's taking the last 200 candles in this time period. So in this case, this 200 MA, you can see it's a downtrend for the last 200 candles. And this is a 2-minute chart. So for the last 400 minutes, you can see that's been in a downtrend. Then you have VWAP, which not only takes the prices, it takes the volume and adds them and shakes them all up, divides by 2, and the inverse of the flux capacitor and the gigawatts divided by the square root of 0, and it spits out this line, VWAP. Most powerful one used in the market. The whole world uses this. Everybody watches it. Coach says all the time, if you can only have one line indicator on your chart, it should be VWAP. You can trade above and below VWAP all day long. It's volume weighted average price. It's on every one of my charts. It should be on your charts. That should be the first thing you put on your chart is VWAP. Okay. That's the one that everybody and all the institutional traders, your big boys in the market just throwing billions of dollars, they know where VWAP's at, right? They know what's going on. So But with coaches, with our advanced memberships, you get this indicator. There's a lot going on here, and you may be confused what any of this means, and it's okay. You'll learn over time. But this is telling me a big story about whether I want to enter a trade or not, or whether I want to get out of a trade right now. So there's a lot going on here, but I can look at this literally in the fractions of seconds and make a decision whether I want to get in this trade or not, right? And I've already decided I don't, right? But you don't
Mark,
see me making.
we've got another question in the TikTok. Palm is asking if the futures look the same on Weevil screen as they do for the stocks.
Frankie, there's my buddy Frankie. Everybody loves Frankie. Yes, Frankie. Does this not look like a normal stock to you? If you didn't know this was futures, it's the exact same thing. Weeble, it's the exact same way. Yep, it's a chart, it's a chart, it's a chart. It's, oh, we love you too, Frankie. Guy's always got a smile on his face. He's always got a smile in his voice. I believe you could hit him with a baseball bat and he would just bless you and says he forgives you and he would keep that smile on his face. And there's a reason for that. So, and he lives that and is a good example of it. Good role model, Frankie. But yes, if I didn't tell you this was a gold futures chart, would you know any different? Right? Here's the S&P 500. If I didn't tell you this was the S&P 500 and you happen to have your SPY chart up at the same time, you would think this was a SPY chart. Looks exactly the same, right? Chart to chart to chart. Doesn't matter whether it's bonds, stocks, futures, crypto. It'll look the same way, right? Now, this is obviously I'm using Frankie. I'm using TradingView, but I have the Weeble up too, right? So it looks exactly the same. Lines and lines and lines, right? Using the same indicators. So if you're used to using Weeble and you want to join into futures, your charts will look the same. They'll look the same on Weeble platform, trading stocks, stock options, futures, crypto. They all look the same, and you can put the same indicators on there also. So only difference is we don't have any Greeks to deal with. I just love that. I don't even trade stock options anymore, and I love stock options. I made a boatload of money doing that over the years. And I haven't traded one since I've decided that I love futures. I'm not even looking back. I mean, does it say I won't? No, I'm not going that far, but I haven't. I see no reason to, right? They all have their benefits, don't get me wrong, right? You can get accelerated earnings on trading stock options versus trading futures, but you also get accelerated losses when it goes against you. So, all right. So we are getting into the last half hour of the day on Options Friday, and we are going into a 3-day weekend. Monday is President's Day. The U.S. stock markets will be closed. So everybody that trades stocks and stock options, they're not going to be able to make any money Monday. Aw, what a shame. So sad. Too bad, right? However, those of us that trade futures, the futures market opens like it always does on Sunday night. And we can pretty much trade all day, not all day, but pretty much all day on Monday. And I trade at night anyway, so I don't really care about if I actually trade on Monday. I will, you know why? Just because I could say I traded on a holiday. I've traded ever since I came to futures. I've traded on every single holiday, every single one of them. There's a period of time that you can trade futures. Why do I like futures better than stocks? Jay asked. Number one, it's the same benefit. If you look at this, I trade it pretty much the same way as I would trade an individual stock. The advantage is because we're in futures, I can trade up and I can trade down. I can't, generally in the futures or in the stock market, unless you have an approved margin account, you can only trade up, right? Now, if you have a margin account, obviously you can trade down if it's shortable, right? So in the futures, I can take a long position and ride it up, and then if it reverses and goes the other way, I can switch to short and short it back down. Now, the other reason, and this is the number one reason why I like trading futures versus trading stocks, is the minute I buy this and the minute I sell it, the instant that I exit this position, all my money is back in my account. It's instant cash settlement. If you're trading stocks or stock options, you can only trade on a cash account. You're available, unsettled, you're settled cash. So if I have $1,000 in there and I trade, $1,000 in and out trades, right? I'm done for the day. I have to wait till the following morning before that $1,000 is freed up to allow me to trade. Here, I can make 1,000 trades a minute if I want to, right? I can get in, out, in, out, in, out, in, out, right? Now, there's costs associated with doing that. Don't get me wrong. I wouldn't literally do that just for fun, but there's instant settlement, so I can not only retrade my margin that's in my margin account, I can also trade the profits immediately. There's no next day settlements. It's literally instantaneous. There's no delay. So when I exit that, if I had $1,000 and I made $100 on it, and I got 1,100, I can immediately trade all that 1,100 immediately as soon as I exit out of that trade. There's no waiting. I can trade as much as I want all day. There's no limit, right? So it's just a lot more freedom, and I don't have to deal with the Greeks like you do on a stock option. A stock option, if it pulls back against me, let's say it drops $1, I may have to make $2 back up the other way before I get my dollar back. In the futures, if it drops $1, I lose $1. If it goes back up $1, I get my dollar back, right? So it's instant satisfaction. Now, can you make more money trading stock options? Yes, you can, right? Now, the perceived risks are higher because you have to deal with the mathematical thing that's called the Greeks. Now, where you make a lot of money on it is when you get a rapid uprise, your earnings go on a accelerated rate growth also, right? So even though the S&P 500 is going to move exactly the same, well, actually, SPY is going to move exactly the same as the S&P. The futures are the parent of the stock option. So actually, SPY is a child. So if I would get a sudden burst of energy and it would go to the moon, you would, and with the same amount of money, you would make more money in stock options in that same time period, right? However, if it pulls against me, if I'm in the trade, saying I'm in a call and it goes against me, now my losses have accelerated against me. You don't have any of that with the Greeks. It's a straight up make $1, goes up $1, you make $1, you go down $1, you lose $1, right? It's instant, simple math. So you give up that acceleration, but I don't have the risk of dealing with the Greeks anymore, right? And it's instant settlement of everything. And I don't have to deal with trying to wait for another half hour for the stock price to come back up to try to reclaim my gains that I gave up when it had a pullback. So that's why I love it. I love it so much. I don't ever see myself going back to stock options. Now, futures also has options. I have no intention of dealing with it. I love doing what I'm currently doing. Does that mean I'll never trade futures options? That doesn't mean that at all. It's just in my present worldview, I will probably never trade them. That could change in the future. So, anyway, thanks for that question, Frankie. Have a great weekend. Hope you and your lovely wife have a great time down there in that beautiful weather where you live, where the sun always seems to shine. I can't wait to get back down that way someday. Beautiful down there. I really enjoyed it. I want to go there again. Down that way, you know where I'm talking about, where we met last time. I actually have met Frankie. We had a meet and greet, unofficial meet and greet from American Dream Trading. It wasn't sponsored by them, but we just organized it on our own. It was a whole bunch of us got together and had the pleasure of meeting Frankie. Had a great time. Him and his beautiful wife. So, anywho, any other question? Let me see here. So come on over with the cool kids, Frankie, when you get a chance, buddy. And you can trade 23 hours a day. You can trade in the evenings, trade in the morning, right? So, what else we got? That's it. Well, it looks like Wade is holding. I guess Pete gave up on smashing them like buttons. Wow, we're up to 17,000. What a good job, everybody over there on TikTok. Appreciate it. Everybody smashing that like button. Wade's still leading the pack over there. Frankie must have wore his mouse out, or Pete must have wore his mouse out, or maybe his finger blew. I had a blowout on his index finger. Couldn't click anymore. You know, when you're the best there, Wade, you are. I mean, it's not bragging if you can back it up, right? Till somebody can prove you're not, you are the best. You're special. All right. we will be trading Sunday night there, Frankie. You can always come and hang out with us because the futures market is open Sunday night, 6 p.m. Eastern time. And we could trade all night long, clear into Monday, while the rest of the group cannot make any money. So, yes, I intend on rubbing that fact in come Tuesday morning. Nah, look it up. We did. Poke the bear a little bit, have a little fun with everybody. Yeah, I just love the futures. I just do. I'm passionate about it. I enjoy it. I'm gaining very consistent success in doing it, and it's been financially beneficial to me on top of it. Right. So come on over. You can get 25% off if you're a first responder by using Hero 25 at checkout. When for everybody else, it's not a first responder. Firefighter, nurse, veteran, or active service duty, you can use Hero 25 and get 25% off the cost of your membership through Sunday night, midnight Eastern time, which is what I'm meaning is 12:01 a.m. Monday morning. You cannot, that offer expires. For the rest of you, we have the Valentine's Day special. You can get 20% off of any new membership through midnight tonight. So when the clock strikes 12 tonight Eastern time, that offer expires. And yes, it is programmed in there to do that automatically expire. You can get 20% off of any new membership using the code LOVE, LOVE. Like y'all love me, I loved you. By the way, ladies, don't forget, it's your husband's Valentine's Day too. It doesn't go one way. I know traditionally it does. The men get stuff for the women, right? So, anyhow, treat the ones you like. Love them. I mean, if they've hung around with you this long, there ought to be something about your relationship, right? I know there's good times and bad, right? There's times you want to strangle your significant other, but look at the big picture, right? Come a long way together and have a history together. You might as well make it work. I'm in a very long-term marriage. I married my high school sweetheart 43 years ago. Plus, we dated for 2 years in high school, year and a half, almost 2 years. So I think I'll keep her. She's a keeper. So. All right, so we are getting down to the last 20 minutes of the day, last 20 minutes of the week. Things could get kind of crazy around here. We'll kind of watch the indices a little bit. You might see some massive sell-offs in the last 10 minutes, 5 minutes of the day. People exiting their positions for the weekend and the holiday. They don't want to be a part of it. You'll see more of that movement with the Standard & Poor, the NASDAQ, and the Russell 2000. There's a NASDAQ trying to break through a double top as we speak. Does it have enough steam to do it? I don't know. You'll have to watch and see. What's my rule? What's one of my criteria? It must break and hold, which means there has to be a candle with another candle sitting on the shoulder of the previous one. So it'll look something like this. I want to see this above this white line, which is a critical level. It's peeking through, but it's not doing what I need it to do. Do never compromise your trading criteria. You'll end up losing money in the long run. See, it's not doing that. It doesn't have enough power right now to. I want to add this to my watch list here so I remember to futures. I want to add that in, and that is, what is that? TN. There we go. Now I have that on my watch list over here. See that, how easy that is? Where it's at, TN down here at the bottom, and you can sort these different ways. Now I have that. I didn't have that on my list. So I'll remember when I see that next time, like, oh, I need to chart that out. So that's the Treasury. So let's see what the Russell's doing. Russell just doing anything either or not? Ooh, look at the Russell pull back. See the Russell, they're selling off in the small cap. It had a very good run today overall. Nice climb up. Now it's pulling back, selling off, and a downward trend. Change that to 2 minutes or 1 minute, sorry. That's the Russell 2000.
All of them are pulling pretty hard right now.
At the end of the day, right? Why coach's rules? What did you hear him say? Never to trade in the first 10 minutes or the last 10 minutes of every trading day. For the reason is looks like this is all dumping pretty heavy. But you know what? They could come down here and shoot clear the other way in a heartbeat. People say, "Oh, it's on sale. I'm buying it," and they'll jump in, right? Now we see there's a double top down here. It could do that very thing down here, right? Come down here and hit these levels. See where these touch down here? This could do the same thing. It broke and held below. If I was going into a short, I would have waited for that break and hold below the 200 MA. There's VWAP, right? Number one strongest indicator. Here's all my little minor, what I would call minor indicators that have a specific use for each one of them. And then I have my number two strongest indicator, which is the 200 MA. So you can see it came down here. It didn't just blow through it, pause there, and then it broke through. There's your, not a real strong confirmation candle, but it is, right? It went down, and it could have played that and got out when it first pulled back, took my profits, bounced back up here, broke above the 9. I could have jumped back in this when it broke below the 9. Can I still jump in this and ride this down to this line? I probably could. If I was good enough, I could jump in here and I could do a quick scalp sell, boom, and then I got my finger on the button. I'm going to play all I'm doing here. Again, I would not be in this time of the day in a real trade. I'm trying to play it down to this line like the other one did, right? So I got my finger on the button, right? And it's not showing the profit yet here. It hasn't caught up to it. All right. So, as soon as I see profit, I can get right out of this trade, right? Oh, I see why. I bought 10 contracts. The fees involved. That's what happened. I'm like, why is that still negative? Because I bought 10 contracts. So that was excessive. The fees on that alone kill you, right? But I can get in and out of this. I can click that button and buy it right back and get out, right? Again, that was a losing trade. I'm surprised they'll let me buy that with my fake money. Anyway, that's how you can do that. Again, I don't trade this part of the day for that very reason. It's too volatile. It's too easy to lose your money this time of the day. Yes, you can make a lot of money, but you can also lose a pile of money. So, got about 15 minutes left in the day. In the week, again, markets are closed Monday. We will not be here on Monday. None of our lives will be live because the stock market's closed. Even though I will be making money, and so will the rest of our futures memberships be making money because we will be able to trade starting Sunday night, 6 p.m. Eastern time, and even during the day. Right? So, but everybody else will not be able to. And that's fine. You need time away anyway. And that can be considered a downside of trading futures also, right? It's almost always open, right? And you can really become obsessed with this and spend your entire life staring at this screen. You got to have balance, right? So, I'm pretty sure what I'm going to do is trade Sunday night, hopefully make some money, some decent money, right? And make enough of what I need to make my goal per se, and walk away and not trade at all Monday, not do anything Monday, right? So we'll see. But I probably will make a trade on Monday officially itself, just so I can say I've traded every holiday. So I'll do at least one trade, one green trade, and that way I can say, traded every single holiday in the futures market. So I'll continue that streak. Why? Just because I can, right? So oh my Lord, look at silver dump. Ooh. Now that don't look like much to you, but you don't understand how much money that that drop there, the value of that drop is huge, right? Don't always be a judge of what. So if I'd have got in even late, let's say I got in this candle down, that's a 22 tick drop. Let's just call it 20, right? Because nobody ever gets in and out perfectly. So that is times 25. What's 20 times 25? Simple math, right?
500.
Yep. On one contract. I normally buy, well, during the day, I usually buy 5 of them, but at night I buy 2. But times 5, what's 500 times 5? 2,500, right? So, but I didn't, right? Because I'm hanging out with you fine folks. So here we go.
That pays for the lifetime membership for
Yes.
futures, by the way.
Yes, it does. Exactly. Yes. Yeah. Uh, so anyway, yeah, you can that was a game changer trade. It was all. I mean, you could have done the same thing all day long. Look at this one. This one's even more money, right? Look at that drop. If you'd have got in when it broke, let's say I waited for it to break down here, right? You don't always get in at the perfect level. You try to. That's 30 times 25, right? Times however many contracts you have. That's some serious money there, folks. This goes on every single day. Now I'm a scalper. I'm in and out. I'm not one that's going to just sit here and let this run straight down there without me buying or selling and getting in and out multiple times. Because if I see a pause or a pullback of any kind, I lock in my profits and get out, and then I re-enter in and out, in and out. Now, I may not be exactly, within seconds after exiting, but I reevaluate. Ideally, I will reevaluate every one of my entries. Can I say I'm always that disciplined? No, right? And then by the time I start doing that thing, then it costs me money because I didn't reevaluate my entry. So you have to treat each trade as a brand new trade with the same criteria that you always trade. So be careful when you get there clicking your mouse. You can get click happy and jumping in and out too quick, and you didn't recognize a change that just happened, and you can hurt yourself financially. So, all right. Evolve asks what moving averages I'm using. The only moving average I'm using is the 200. That's this blue/red line here. I also use EMAs 21, 55, and 9. I'm a scalper, so I kind of depend on the 9 more than anything. I'm a pure scalper, so I'm in and out of trades, and I base my entries and exits a combination of this 9 and my levels that I have on my chart, and I'm looking at the big picture. Where's the 200 MA? And where's VWAP? Where's my levels at? So I'm looking at a big picture. How's the volume? I'm looking at all these things. I'm making instantaneous snap decisions, but I am evaluating my entries. Again, takes discipline to continue to do that every single trade. It's actually mentally exhausting to be a day trader, right? You're better off buying and holding, right? You only got to look at it every so often. It's less exhausting, right? But that's just not how I'm wired. I don't know. I guess I like the adrenaline rush. Maybe am I an adrenaline junkie? I don't know, but I do enjoy that sitting there with my finger on the trigger, right? Oh, if this pops up here, I already got my next trade loaded up, right? And I'm going to buy 3 of them this time. And I'm sitting there. If this breaks and holds above there, I'm going to jump in, and I can go just any time in here and go click buy, and now I'm in it, right? And if I don't wait, right, then I'm out of money. So you don't want to do those type of things. You really want to wait for your trading criteria to do a setup, because it's just so easy. Click a button, right? The next thing you know, you wonder why you're losing money. So don't do that. That's what coaches' rules are for. So if you haven't already today, go over to AmericanDreamTrading.com and grab our free Discord. If you haven't been to our website, let me pop it up here real quick. I'll share my screen. Another window up here. Let's take this and grab that, drag it over to this monitor. I'm going to stretch that out a little bit. And go into American Dream Trading. What's the last part? .com. Great. Too bad I can't type. One of these days I might, before I die, my goal is to learn how to type. Not really. My wife's been trying to teach me for 40 plus years. Tell you what, I mean, horrible. American Dream. Sorry, folks. I'm a hunt and pecker. I type with 2 fingers. Of course, I could have a bookmark, huh? So here, let me share our website page. Just kind of give you a look at it, right? Let me slide this over here, shrink this up a little bit. All right. So there's Coach. If you didn't know who Coach was, what he looks like, he's got a gray beard now. Sporting a little handsome beard. So this tells you can go in there, look at this at your leisure, right? Tells you a little bit about us, when we were formed, yada yada yada, right? What we do, well, how we train. Here's some members, success members in our group, right? And here's where I'm talking about. Go to AmericanDreamTrading.com. Scroll down just like I did. Over here, join our community. There's our free Discord access. All you can do is click that, and it'll take you to a quickie sign up thing, and you can get started in our free Discord, which gets you instant access to our stock lounges, education center. And then if you want to step it up with, there's our lowest plan is the premium, and there's our futures, which is what we're doing here. There's crypto. You come down here and click this button, and it opens up the rest of our different membership levels. We have free area. There's a premium. This puts it all on one page for you. Crypto. There's your VIP plus gold complete. There's an add-on if you already have a VIP membership. We have our membership mastermind classes that you can buy these things a la carte. I believe the one-on-one with coaches have been I know they are done. They just haven't removed it from the website. And you can buy lifetime also. There's if you'd like to buy, or if you just like to buy a digital thank you card to bless coach, there's a way of doing that there too. Very simple, very easy. All you have to do is click on these, right? Not hard to do, folks. The first thing you should do is come over here and grab our free Discord. When you do come in, say, hey, I came from the future. They'll know what you mean, right? So, thank you for that. Any questions about that? We're running out of time. Yeah? All right. Click the wrong button. There we go. So, we have a few minutes left. Kelby, you asked what stock is this? This is not a stock. We are in futures. We're not trading stocks, or we're trading futures contracts. This is silver that's showing here currently on my screen. I don't know if I was on something else when you asked that question or not. All right, what's the indices doing here as we're running out of time? See how it's all jumping around in this channel? This thing can go shoot straight up or straight down in a second's notice during this part of the day. And if I left it here, look at the NASDAQ taking off. Broke through its double top. You'll probably maybe even find that the S&P 500 will follow suit. And it kind of did on a smaller scale, right? Broke through up to here. NASDAQ's took it up. See how that shot up there and people took their profit? And they took their profit, caused the price to drop. See that chaos? You know, just this one candle here. Let me tell you how much that candle is worth. That is a 124 tick candle, and a tick on a NASDAQ is $5. 125 times 5. That's $625 loss you could have had right there if you'd have got in. Let's say I jumped in up here and I didn't get out because I didn't have a stop. In that matter of seconds, that's a $625 loss. That's why we use stops, folks.
Hey, Mark.
Yes, sir.
I just use the strategy that Coach trains us on all the time.
And what's that?
Well, when you have a large candle like that, chances of it retracing at least 50% are pretty high.
Yep.
So when it got to the top of the candle, I entered in my little paper trading account for 2 little minis and rode that red candle almost all the way down to the bottom of it.
Clickety click, and he was in and out of it that quick, right?
Less than 30 seconds. I'm on the 1 minute. I'd like to scalp on the 1 minute and the 30-second time frames.
Yeah. If I was trading this, I'd be on the 1 minute also, because I am a scalper, just like Doug mentioned. In and out, grab what I can grab while the grabbing's there to get, right?
Yeah.
So
yeah.
Good. Yeah, and that takes some cojones to do that, right? Because just as you enter into a short, it could have just stopped for a second, went clear the other way, right? And before you know it,
super tight stop.
Yeah, before you know it, you're losing money, right?
like one or two, maybe 3 ticks away. If it's not going to go
Oh,
in the direction I need it to, it's
wow,
I'm
that
out.
is tight. That is tight. Stop. That's super tight, but it worked, right?
Well, it's risky, right? I mean,
Yeah,
it's
high risk.
NQ, so
Yeah, that's very high risk, right?
it's grumpy. So
Yeah, and see, folks, he mentioned that. I usually my standard stop is 25, right? So if I was to enter this trade right now, I'll just put one in here just so you can see that. Let's do one at a time. So if I buy one contract, my 25 ticks is $115. That was 25 ticks. He actually moved his up really tight, right? So my standard entry is 25. Now, the reason I do that, it's not that I need 25 ticks. Actually, you need a lot more when you're trading the NASDAQ, right? Something like this. But I just leave a standard setting because if I go into trading gold, I may only need 10 or 15. If I go into currency, I may only need, whatever, right? So I just leave it there. I don't actually go in and adjust mine every trade. Unless I'm sitting here trading one thing all day, then yes, I'll set a standard for that. But I just leave it there and I just grab this because you can move these stops up and down all you want, right? So, I'm up $5, so I can put this down here, right here at this level and let it breathe, right? Again, this time of the day, that's like a knife drop before I can even say, oh, there it goes, right? And stops me out. And that's what Doug did. He took that, he was up here and bought that drop. He bought a short, right? And he moved it. His stop would have been up here on top, right, to protect it. The way you lose money on a short, the price goes up. The way you make money on a long is if the price, the way you make money on a short is if the price goes down. The way you make money on a long is if the price goes up. So that's why we move. I lost my stop. Did I let go? No, I'm not letting go of my mouse. I lost it, but it's sitting there froze. Let me get it out of the road real quick. Oh, it got me anyway. So anyway, that stop worked, right? So that's why we use stop. So he had a strategy. He was going to ride that when it peaked there, and he had a really tight stop. So that way, if it faked him out and went up. Now he wouldn't normally trade like that for the long term, but in that he
No.
already had a strategy. This is what he was going to do when a chance presented it. So he set it up that way, and bang, took advantage of it.
No, I've been watching these types of charts now and watching. I don't even get involved at this time of the day, but
Right. I don't either.
I've been working on reversals. So if I'm trading, if I'm in a long and again I get a great big candle like that,
Look at that
chances
sell.
are it's gonna retrace. So I just reverse it.
Right. Look
But
at
in
that.
this time I was scalping, so
So
yep. A lot of money being lost right there or made.
well, yeah, those people are in shorts right now. They're making all kinds of money, right? They're
Yeah.
driving that price way down there, right?
Well, it looks like they might if it bleeds past the 200, it looks like they might want to finish at VWAP because there's not much beyond that.
Right. Yeah, exactly. Right. So there it goes. Flushing out. All right, everybody. Thank you for being here today. This is why you don't trade in the last part of the day. This very thing happens, right? So I thank you all for being here. I hope you all have a great weekend. Take advantage of your day off. Unless you're a future trader, then you'll probably be like us. You'll be in there making money Sunday night. Again, the markets are closed Monday due to President's Day, federal holiday. There will be no live broadcast of any of American Dream Trading. Neither Coach at 9 to 11 or me at 2 to 4 and Dawn from 5 to 6:30 on Monday. Enjoy your time away, reset, refresh your brain. Try to encourage others that you come into contact with. Try to lift them up, make them smile, right? Because you don't really know what's going on behind the scenes with their personal life. So you may be able to bless somebody and change your outlook and attitude. So I thank you all for being here today, and we will see you on Tuesday. See ya. Goodbye.